Yeah, it's a very bad trend of mine.
All right, so did you hear anything that I said in that last segment?
No. Yeah, it's a very
That's all right, because I teased it. I drug it out for our listeners. And basically what I said is I concede. This is what I conceded, Chris, and I spoke for you. I said
Thank you.
You're welcome. I said that you would concede this point as well, and that is that there's a higher rate of traffic stops and DWBs, right? Driving while black. I'll concede that the cops pull black people over and profile black people more than they do other segments of and it could be wrong, but I'm going to concede that point.
All right.
Now, here's the numbers, okay? So all 202 of these instances. So let's start with 2014, okay?
All right.
2014, Chris, if you had to guess, of the 100 black people killed by police
right
in 2014, how many of them were killed by the use of a gun, do you think?
I'm just going to take a swing at, I'd say 14.
Ooh, I thought you were going to say 49, because if you just said 49, that'd have been correct.
Wow, okay. It's more than
almost half of all 14. Of the deaths by police officers, committed by police officers to unarmed blacks in 2014. Wow, okay. And 29 of those, they were killed during the commission of a crime.
So they were actually in the middle of a robbery, or they were running from the police.
They assaulting a police officer. Exactly. So they were beating their girlfriend.
Right. So you talk about 20 of them that weren't.
29. Right. Well, 29. So you're talking about 80 that did it, that ended up being killed by police in a different way. Here's what I mean. 12 of the people who died by the hand of cops did so by tasers. They got a little too much tase in them.
Yeah, I don't want no tase. Just saying.
Hold the tase, right?
Yeah.
But isn't the tase? Isn't it?
I don't want no tase.
Justification
Just
for
saying.
My intent was not to kill you.
Yeah.
I
Right.
used the taser.
Right.
Right? Because what do you hear on the blog? First thing happens, somebody gets shot. What do you hear? Why didn't they tase him? Right?
Right.
All right. So, stop calling me on Google Hangouts. All right. Just turn his camera on. All right. And then you can put me on behind you. Right there. Yeah. There we go. Now you can see me. All right. Now, so the tase, right? The tase is an admission that I didn't intend to kill you. Sure, when I sent a bunch of electricity running through your body, yes, it caused cardiac arrest and you died.
Well, I mean, they tase. If you have a taser as a police officer, you have to be tased before you can actually carry one.
Or pepper spray.
Well, right.
Tase, or as Hillary Clinton, we found out, carries officer, hot sauce.
Do you think that she carries that to throw on people if they get a little belligerent?
Maybe she does a little jug in the eye socket.
Do you think that she carries
and it
that
causes
to
the people
they,
to
Well, I think it might have been for Bernie Sanders supporters, but now she's probably not going to carry that any longer.
Right, because they're just all hunky-dory now, and they just all getting along, one socialist to another.
Right. You think she's got like a fried chicken bone leg in there?
You have to ask her.
I mean, she's probably trying to appeal to a certain demographic, like she did on the show when she told everybody she had hot sauce in her purse.
Right? And then they said, and you know what a lot of people are going to say. A lot of people are going to say that she's just pandering to black people. You remember her response?
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So look, that leaves 38 other people who were killed by police officers in 2014. And those include statistics like guy is walking across the street and a cop runs over him answering a 911 call.
Oh,
the guy didn't happen to have a gun on him, but he was hit by a police officer and died.
So is that like pulled over by getting run over by being black?
Yeah, 13 of those people died by accident. So like a police officer accidentally killed. 8 of those people were actually killed by police officers who weren't even doing police work. Like one guy he was a police officer, and he killed his black wife, who when he killed her and then shot the children, that counted for like 3 deaths.
All right.
A cop killing black people.
So was he a white cop?
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It's just cops.
He's a cop.
Right.
So it's racial. So it's racial.
He was a white cop? Could be viewed that way.
He didn't know he was black.
He might have been like Rachel Dolezal or whatever.
Hey, maybe he went and looked in the mirror, and when he realized he was black, he decided to go shoot his family.
Right.
I mean, just saying.
Now look, 18 people that were killed by cops in 2014 was because of non-compliance or suspicion on the part of the police officer. So very similar to like this Philando Castile thing.
Right. It's kind of borderline.
They thought he was the armed robbery suspect, right? Be on the lookout.
Right.
30 people that died by the hands of police officers did so while resisting arrest or being detained by the cops, and they were fighting back.
Right.
And 30 just in 2014, 37 different police officers and or law enforcement officers were formally charged, arrested, indicted, found guilty, or lost their jobs for those 100 murders or for those 100 deaths.
Wow.
37, dude. 30. That is hardly so. So if we had to say how many people really died,
you sure it's not like 30,000?
No. And look, and I'm not gonna belay the point here. Here's the bottom line: the commission of a crime in 2015, 36 people died. 10 during police work. 18 accidental. 23 because of non-compliance. 24 because of resisting arrest. And 17 more officers in 2015 of the 102 that died were held accountable. 49 by guns, 22 by tasers, and 33 by just some ridiculous... look, if a cop... One of the statistics, Chris, was a cop pursuing a criminal. The criminal had 2 other people in the car with him.
Right.
Who didn't happen to be armed. The guy lost control, spins out of control, flips the car. All 3 of them die. Right. The criminal had the gun, so he doesn't get included. But the 2 passengers who didn't have a gun get included in the statistics of deaths of unarmed black people by police officers.
Yeah. Hold up now. Was it a white car?
It may have been. You're right.
Hey, you got to be easy there, dude. You got to have a little bit of open-mindedness. You know what I'm saying?
Chris, you've got to agree with me, bro, that this is. Dude, this is ridiculous. And this is out there. You can go to mappingpoliceviolence.org. Mappingpoliceviolence.org. I mean, it's just ridiculous. If you're out there, Chris, we're getting ready to go to a break. So 504-556-9696. I see we have a couple of callers. We'll come back to the phone calls when we come back after this break. And more on this topic and your calls up next on the Battlefield Live with Chris and Trey on WGSO 990 AM. They won't hear me.
Back in the room, it's much too real. Income's life that I must feel, but can't look forward to reveal.
Hey, Chris, I was going to ask you any music preference. I'm just assuming things here.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay, yeah, I figured. Because you guys have rejoiners, but they're not working right now because the guy that is responsible for putting them in didn't really care if they were in or not today. So
that'll work for me. Maybe not for Trey, but it'll work for me.
So we're going with this for now. I'm just playing like rock from YouTube. Okay,
that's cool. Okay. That'll work for me.
Right.
And that'll work for me.
All right, you guys have 3 callers also.
As the Democratic Socialist candidate,
I never thought that a Republican candidate for president would hold both liberal and conservative policies at the same time.
Right.
I mean, this is totally fascinating. Visit the website battlefield.buzz for the latest from Chris and Trey from the Battlefield Live radio show.
Are you looking for a reasonable and affordable way to enhance your image or your company's image on the internet? Are you looking for ways to leverage internet technology to streamline your business? An upgraded website or web application is the way to go. Vast Virtual Solutions is a technology company that specializes in developing websites that operate on the cutting edge with the ability to save you and your business time and money. Visit vastvirtual.com for a business quote today. vastvirtual.com.
Hi, this is Jim Spyro. Join me every Wednesdays from 5 to 6 p.m. on 990 WGSO or WGSO.com. Remember, your influence counts. Use it. See you then.
It's Jeff Crouere, host of Ringside Politics. I'd like to introduce WGSO General Manager Richard Tate.
WGSO is locally owned and operated right here in New Orleans. We believe in cultivating local talent and emphasize local programs. If you have an interest in hosting your own program, we have some prime spots available.
Thanks, Richard. Folks, take advantage of this great offer. Email me at jeff@wgso.com or call me at 504-669-6076. Come fulfill your radio dreams at WGSO.
Hi, Eric Asher, host of Inside New Orleans. For the best in New Orleans news, sports, politics, and entertainment, join me weekdays, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 990 WGSO.
Maybe your portfolio should resemble your dinner. Slowly cultivated, locally produced, and sustainable.
Join us at 5 p.m. Mondays for the Slow Money Show. WGSO 990.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
Most of us imagine if the moment called for that we would risk our lives to protect a spouse or a child. Those wearing the uniform assume that risk for the safety of strangers.
Former President George W. Bush addressing the nation at a memorial for the assassinated police officers in Dallas, where the current president also speaks.
President Obama appeared to give a rebuke of Black Lives Matter rhetoric.
And when anyone, no matter how good their intentions may be, paints all police as biased, we undermine those officers we depend on for our safety.
The president praised the fallen officers as displaying to everyone the best of America. I'm Jason Wirt.
I saw no reason not to accept it.
Attorney General Loretta Lynch skirting most questions about the Hillary Clinton email investigation, but telling a House panel she saw no reason not to accept the FBI recommendation not to prosecute Clinton. This is USA Radio News.
Hey everybody, singer-songwriter Brett Watts here. If you're like me, always on the go, and don't have time to stay as healthy as we would like by eating all the right foods, well, I found an incredibly simple and easy way to get all my fruits and vegetables at once. It's called Daily Lift, L-I-F-T. It's a superfoods energy drink mix supplement that fills the gaps between what you eat and what you don't always have time to eat. This unique formula is packed with 16-plus fruits and vegetables and 59 superfoods. No MSG or GMO. It's all natural and organic. Nature's best combination of antibiotics, enzymes, probiotics, and beneficial allergies in one powdered drink mix. Comes in 2 flavors, mint and berry, and both delicious. Daily Lift nutrients help balance your body's pH levels and boost your energy naturally. And it's safe for kids. So let's fire up that immune system and stay focused. Go to www.onedailylift.com. That's ONE, dailylift.com. OneDailylift.com, and let's get healthy.
This is Jeff Crouere with my commentary of the day. Once again, our police officers are under assault all over the country. Reports coming in from Memphis and Atlanta and San Antonio and St. Louis, where police officers have been targeted. We can thank the media, politicians such as Barack Obama, who uses every opportunity to criticize police and divide the races, and racist groups such as Black Lives Matter and the new Black Panther Party. These organizations spew hatred, inspire violence, which leads to tragedies such as Dallas. This group obviously does not care about black lives, or they would be speaking out about the horrendous black-on-black murder rate going on all over the country. These are groups pursuing political agendas and doing serious harm to our nation. Instead, we should be focusing on groups that bring Americans together and appreciate the greatness of this country. More info on this and the other hot topics of the day, check out ringsidepolitics.com.
Hello, this is Coach Alan DeRitter, your host for Monday Night Football, your voice for youth soccer, 5 years now and running on WGSO. I'm also the head boys soccer coach at De La Salle High School in New Orleans. These are exciting times on the avenue. Our head football coach, Ron Manelli, won Coach of the Year. Our wrestling team took the state championship. Our basketball team were undefeated district champs. And our band director, Duncan Prey, was named Band Director of the Year. Curious why? We'll schedule your spend a day at DeLaSalleNola.com or call us at 504-895-5717.
Hey, New Orleans, this is Sue May with the Cannon Hospice Health Hour. Join us to get the latest and most up-to-date health information here on WGSO.
Saturdays at 12 noon.
Hi, Eric Asher, host of Inside New Orleans. For the best interviews in New Orleans radio with the newsmakers and the newsbreakers, join me 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. on 990 WGSO.
Hello, this is David Jeremiah. Join me each weekday morning at 5:30 or 6:30 for Turning Point here on Talk Radio 990 AM.
Thank you for sticking with us on the Battlefield. You're listening to Chris and Trey from the Lanterns Radio Network and the Battlefield Live radio program. We're in the WGSO studios tonight. And wanted to mention, if you haven't yet, make sure you follow us on Twitter at Lanterns Buzz. You can also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Lanterns Buzz. And if you want to follow us individually, I'm at Paul Revere again on Twitter, and Trey is at T-Rob Radio. Also, you can find our website at battlefield.buzz, and you can also check out our network at lanterns.buzz. We have a lot of different show hosts that we work with, spreading the good message. So let's go to some callers, Trey. Who we got?
Let's go to line 3. We're going to go to Blaze in Broadmoor. Blaze, welcome to the Battlefield Live on WGSO.
What's up, Blaze?
Let's go to some callers, Trey. Who we got? I'm virtually unprepared. I heard that there was going to be another guest on in advance of me. I guess state a topic, or I would like to comment on the previous show's topic concerning the Civil War.
Well, we're not talking about the Civil War, but
I know, so that's why I'm saying if you have something you'd like me to comment on, bring it up here.
I like this. This is a new type of format for radio, Trey.
I have 10 years of radio. I've produced over 500 programs with me as the star, so let's go from there.
I like this. All right, let's see. Black Lives Matters. Okay, so did you hear any of the statistics that I just gave about the disproving the myth of black men being hunted in America by police?
The thing that came to my mind when I heard that, and I did hear that, was that there is white privilege. I could tell you a really wild story, but I don't know that that's where you want to go.
Okay, so white privilege.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean?
Can I tell my story? It will take less than 90 seconds.
If it explains white privilege.
I'm sure it will for the majority of people out there. Shreveport, Louisiana, 1998. I pulled off the highway onto some backcountry road with the intention of firing up a soda can with holes in it with marijuana. Long story short, the police, interdict this before it takes place. I'm placed in the back of a police car.
I think he said interdicted.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They stopped it before I could actually consume the contraband.
Oh, okay. I thought you were getting ready to tell us that you got raped by the cops.
No.
Do we have a statistic for that, Trey?
I got a blessing from the Shreveport cops, and this is pointing to white privilege.
Oh, okay.
I'm on a backcountry road in Shreveport. The cops come, and they basically identify what's going on. Okay, we see this can with holes poked into it.
Right.
Put in the back of the police car. I dispose of the contraband in the back of the police car, which the police find.
Are you utilizing that contraband as we speak?
No.
Okay. Just checking.
No, I've had a few drinks, but no.
Okay.
Are you utilizing that contraband?
And the point is that, long story short, again, I walked away. I got a ticket or I got summons. I believe maybe...
Wait. Maybe the cops were just libertarians.
All right, so where is your evidence that would have not have happened if it was a black person?
Well, one of the things, I believe that the whole thing that it shifted on, and this was really sort of kind of crazy, is that my children had left a Bible. The back part, where the back...
Well, that's your answer right there. If you didn't have the Bible, you would have been arrested.
Right in, one of the first things they saw was a Bible.
Now we see who's doing the interdicting around here.
That's right. So God works in funny ways.
The founders called that divine providence, right, Chris?
That's right.
What you're speaking to is maybe it wasn't white privilege.
That's right.
Like God
works in funny ways. Or maybe he protected you so that you wouldn't have a record. That's right. And you could get a job and take care of.
Are you saying? Are you saying that God is? Are you saying that God is prejudiced?
No. No. By the way, Blaze is gone. But what I am saying is that
Blaze was blazing.
God created.
Just saying.
Adam and Eve, that every natural herb was free for them to use.
Blaze was blazing. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'd like to have a little bit of herb, you know?
All right, let's go back to the phone lines. This is fun. Let's go back to the phone line. Hopefully we have a caller
that has a question.
Participate in our show.
That's right.
And not the previous show.
Yeah, we're going to have a subset of shows that comes on our show.
Right. Anybody want to call in and comment about Jeff Courier's show from this morning between 7 and 11 a.m.? Give us a call at 504-556-969.
Yeah, ask us about cricket or tennis or something.
Line 1, Brian and Metairie. Brian, what's your sign?
It wasn't Arlo Guthrie and Alice's restaurant that was just on, was it?
It may have been. It just might have been.
I just wondered, just in the past few days, you've had the FBI director do his thing in front.
Is she transgender? I thought Loretta Lynch was a woman.
No, the FBI director.
Oh, Comey, my bad.
Yes, sir. And then you had, right after that, you had Loretta Lynch in the airplane with President Clinton talking about his putter.
We're just talking about our grandkids, you mean Loretta.
Oh, he just, about the kids and the golf balls.
I looked at Loretta and I said, now, you know what you got to do, huh? You got to look past this.
I love that hair of yours.
So go ahead, Brian. So
we have a winner here. You got me in trouble here. Can with the holes in it.
Right. Your Dr. Pepper bong. All right. So what's the realization you came to, Brian? Go ahead.
Well, as my missus and I were coming in Baton Rouge Sunday evening when the protesters were trying to get on the interstate.
You said your missus, right?
If it wouldn't have been, there couldn't have been no more than 30 police that were blocking the entrance to the interstate.
Wow.
And otherwise, it would have been a nightmare. Nobody knew at the time that gun store had been broken into. That wasn't made public record at the time.
Mm.
And the youngest was only 13 years old. And you got police that already know that guns are missing. That gets the 13-year-old inside the gun store looking for ammunition for the weapons that he had on him.
Right.
And they're talking about white privilege. If the policeman did not care about life, or that young man, that very young teenager, he could have shot him right there. The child had bullets. He had a gun. He didn't do that. He took the young kid into custody. And it just gets me so mad for the way that the majority of the police are being treated. And I'm very afraid that this is going to get out of control. This has nothing to do with white privilege.
Right.
When my father got out of Okinawa, he was discharged after receiving his third Purple Heart. When he got to San Diego, finally got out the hospital, nobody gave him anything. There wasn't checks coming out of the yin-yang waiting for him. He had to make his own way to make a living, same as Mr. Coyer's father, who served in the Pacific.
Brian, now listen, we're getting ready to go to our break here, so I need you to do this before you leave. Can you say Washington for me?
Washington.
Has anybody ever told you sound like Newt Gingrich?
Oh, I wish I had his checkbook.
I know that. Right. Thank you for the phone call, Brian. We really appreciate it.
We could get your co-host some new computers.
There you go. That's what I'm talking about.
See, look at that, Chris. The listeners are looking out for you.
They're paying attention.
Hey, he really did. He sounded like Newt Gingrich.
He did sound like Newt Gingrich.
There you go. Hey, because Newt Gingrich always adds an R to Washington.
Does he?
Paying attention. Yeah.
Because he's thinking about war, maybe? I
don't know, but maybe he's going to be Trump's VP.
Hey, so I got a statistic that I want to go over when we get back from the break about the difference between white and blacks that have been killed by police officers.
Oh, okay. I was like, what statistic? The difference between whites and blacks. I'm like, wow, where's Chris Paul with that one? Well, look, we got about a minute left before the break. Look, do me a favor. If you have not been, many of you maybe probably remember Augie's Glass Garden, the beautiful restaurant over there off of the Road in Metairie. After Hurricane Katrina, that business closed down, and Augie opened up Smiley's, and Smiley's today is now Augie's Italian cuisine. Chris, you went there the other day, right?
Absolutely.
The absolute best super jumbo soft shell crabs for only $14.95. You've got to get to Augie's in Harahan. Go to Augie'sNola.com today, but more importantly, get to Augie's Italian restaurant in Harahan. More of the Battlefield Live with Chris and Trey when we come back after this quick timeout on WGSO 990 AM.
Are you looking for a reasonable and affordable way to enhance your image or your company's image on the internet? Are you looking for ways to leverage internet technology to streamline your business? An upgraded website or web application is the way to go. Vast Virtual Solutions is a technology company that specializes in developing websites that operate on the cutting edge with the ability to save you and your business time and money. Visit vastvirtual.com for a business quote today. vastvirtual.com.
Did you ever think that the presumptive Republican nominee for president of the United States would have similar policy and, suggestions as the Democratic Socialist candidate?
I never thought that a Republican candidate for president would hold both liberal and conservative policies at the same time.
Right.
I mean, this is totally fascinating. Visit the website battlefield.buzz for the latest from Chris and Trey from the Battlefield Live radio show.
Experience Augie's, formerly Augie's Glass Garden, now in Harahan. Augie's, truly a gorgeous place. Where can you go to experience super jumbo soft shell crabs for only $14.95 and the area's largest seafood platters? Private parties, receptions, reunions, and events of all types can be handled at Augie's. 6005 Jefferson Highway in Harahan. Call for reservations 733-3000. Check us out on the web, Augie'sNola.com.
Greetings, New Orleans. This is James Moises of Moises Wines, thanking you for 6 years of drinking my Pinot Noir from the Willamette Valley of Oregon. Seeing how my wine has become a big part of many of your memories and special occasions has surpassed my expectations. From me and the entire Moises Wine family, thank you for all your support. Let's toast with Moises Wines for the holidays and a happy and healthy new year. All the best. Cheers.
I'm Rachel Wolf, a licensed real estate agent in Louisiana. A home is one of the biggest investments you'll make in your lifetime, and with that comes all kinds of decisions, from where to live, renovation and insurance costs, and how to protect your investment in the long run. Join me Fridays at 5 for the Real Estate Rundown with Rachel Wolf. We'll bring in the experts to tell you what you need to know in the ever-changing real estate market. That's Fridays at 5 on WGSO 990 AM.
Are you a business looking to maximize your marketing dollars? Big Easy Motorsports is the answer for you. We are a NASCAR Camping World Truck Series race team. Imagine sitting in your office trying to figure out how you can gain market share without breaking the bank. Big Easy Motorsports. Call today to learn more at 504-287-7268. That's 504-287-7268. Big Easy Motorsports, leading the way to faster profits for you.
I can't forget you for your surprise.
I love this radio station. Thank you for joining us on the battlefield, folks. And Trey,
I'm trying to make up for yesterday. I'm trying to keep you in the game. I told him to go just as heavy as you could go.
Yeah.
Keep you just vibing with the radio program.
Hey, we were just listening to some Black Sabbath, and I'm sitting here scrolling through Augie's Family Style Italian Restaurant on Facebook, and I am licking my chops. Dude, they got a soft shell crab BLT. I mean, how much more delicious does that sound? That's like talking dirty to me. You know what I'm saying? So, dude, what's up with tonight? There must be a full moon tonight.
How so? Everything's working.
Well, that's part of it. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about the equipment working. I don't want to curse myself, but
right.
But I went and grabbed me a Diet Coke so I can pop a hole in the side. You heard? Yeah.
All right. Everybody is reminiscing. Give us a call and give us your best youth weed story. 504-556-9696. And I apologize to all the kids listening, but you should be in bed right now anyway.
Yes, it's after your bedtime.
I got to thinking the other day. We had the author of Bleeding Heart Conservatism, right?
Right.
And then Ali last night, dropping F-bombs live on the air. Our first night couldn't get any worse.
Yeah, it was a little rough.
Like they didn't even try to dump him. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? All
Look, is this what happens though when you do like late night radio? Is you have people calling in after about 7 or 8 scotches and a couple of beers, and after they smoked a bowl? I mean,
I hope so. I mean, it makes for good radio.
It depends. It depends on where you go. You'll be bleeping everything out. You know.
I mean, that's true. I got to thinking about. I went to that Tea Party meeting tonight,
right?
Be bleeping everything out, and kind of got a little bit of a renewed spirit about me. Right? I'm still just as negative and pessimistic about the future of the country.
Right.
But being around Mary and Terry and Connie and the folks,
right?
Right. Just seeing those guys still just beating it.
Was Brandy and Scott there?
And seeing what's that?
Brandy and Scott, were they there?
Right. I didn't see Brandy and Scott. And
okay.
I saw a lot of faces that I, saw our buddy High and Libba McHenry.
Okay. Right.
And the Spin Gary Baba of the Republic. And it was just good to be around. My point with that is this, is that I don't want to try to convince people of something that I'm not.
Right.
Okay, so it's like it's kind of cliche, but you know how people say, so Chris, so how long has it been since you stopped beating your wife?
Right.
And you're like, dude, I don't beat my wife. Well, can you prove it? You're like, no, I can't prove that I don't beat my wife because I don't beat my wife. Right.
Right.
It's like so.
So who asked you something like this?
I don't want to have. I'm not mean spirited.
Right.
I'm just conservative.
Did somebody call you mean spirited?
No, but bleeding heart conservatism. Why do we have to go out and make some special case? Did somebody
call you mean spirited?
That we somehow are compassionate in our conservative beliefs.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you look at it. Because I know where you're going with this. Because I think that there's this attempt to destroy the narrative that's been created by the left. In other words, they always say that conservatives are racist. So what do a lot of conservatives do? They try to say, "Hey, I got 4 black friends." Right,
which only makes them then look racist.
That's right. So and that's just one thing. It's all the other stuff, like they're sexist and all that. Well, my best friend's a woman. They get that kind of stuff. I'll get my wife flowers.
I have a lot of gay friends.
Right. Yeah. So. So destroying the narrative. The bottom line is liberals. They do not have solutions. What they do is they craft and create problems, and they make things look like they're much worse than they are, and then they propose to fix them. And then once they're in power, then all of a sudden they can't fix the problems that they said existed.
That's exactly correct. And that was fix them. God, I wish we had equipment working last night, because that was kind of the point that I was trying to make to Ali, is that, okay, you want to have discussions, you want to have conversations. Black Lives Matters and the Black Panthers, let's play this game. Dear Black Panthers, you're marching and causing all kind of civil disobedience. What is it that you want? We're going to give it to you.
Right.
They couldn't tell you.
Well,
they're going to give you platitudes. They're going to give you just generalized bumper sticker speech.
Right.
Right. I mean, look, Black Lives Matters has nothing on their website about criminal justice reform or police reform or, inequalities in policing. We've done that. So how do you go then and have a conversation with a bunch of people who are seemingly having just temper tantrums because they don't like the way their life is going and they want to blame somebody else for it?
Okay, so now that we've I guess waded into the waters of what does Black Lives Matter wants? What do they want?
4 minutes,
right?
Go.
All right. So here it was a speech done by a guy by the name of he's a Cornell professor, Russell Rickford.
What do they want?
You familiar with Russell Rickford?
No, just Cornell.
Cornell. Okay. So Russell Rickford was giving a speech, and what he was doing, he was responding to a woman that said that she didn't need white tears, quote unquote, white tears, which I've never heard of white tears. I guess I understand where she's trying to come from. She says every person of color who came up to say something did not cry. You know why? Because we are so vulnerable that crying in front of a group of white people is unthinkable to us. It's unthinkable. So when I see white people cry, I get confused, he continued. We have to cry in our own personal quarters. We have to come out here or go to work or whatever or wherever we be, where witnesses, whiteness. I can't even say the word because it's not in my vocabulary. Whiteness is at and be as strong as we can be. Don't cry if you're a white person. That's not what we need. We need white we don't need white tears. We don't need letters. How easy is it to ignore a letter? And this is where it's really important. Check this out, Trey. This is what Cornell Professor Russell Rickford said. He said,
the owner of police is a terrorist organization fame.
Yeah, he said, there can be no human system under capitalism. Capitalism is an anti-human system. If you're interested in a human society, or humane society is what it should say, if you're interested in salvaging yourself, if you're interested in repairing the damage done to your soul, to your heart, you have to be committed to doing the work yourself. You can't write a G-damned letter, okay? He says the word. You've got to organize. He says, we need people power, Rickford said. We need to build a grassroots, anti-racist, multiracial, democratic movement. And so he called on people to not think on national but international terms and push towards allied progressive government and non-governmental organizations worldwide. So
how do you, because we got about a minute before we take our bottom of the hour break. So how do you summarize his worldview?
It's a Marxist-Leninist worldview, period.
Exactly. So, Chris, that's my point.
That is what they want.
We cannot have a conversation with that. We cannot find common ground with that.
So this is the challenge. So this is the challenge. For people that want to understand why they're making this about blacks and whites, go to your inner city neighborhood, go to the local bar, and find your first black guy at the local bar and say, listen, we need to institute communism in the country. We need a Marxist-Leninist worldview, and see what kind of look you get.
We want to know what kind of line you're going to get and what kind of look you're going to get. So give us a call, 504-556-9696. We've got a whole nother hour of the Battlefield Live. Bottom of the hour, Collis Temple III will join us from Atlanta, and we're going to have a real discussion about the goings-on. Stick around. Chris and Trey, Battlefield Live radio program here on WGSO 990 AM. Playmakers Indoor Sports is a state-of-the-art indoor turf facility offering leagues, drop-in play, field rental, parties, camps, clinics, and a whole bunch more. Play includes adult and youth in soccer, lacrosse, flag football, and more. For more information, go to www.playmakersindoor.com. Like us on Facebook at Playmakers Indoors South. 6124 Jefferson Highway, Harahan, Louisiana, 504-305-6078.
Hi, this is Jim Spyro. Join me every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. here on WGSO as we cover all the hot issues of the day. Obama, Harry Reid, the congressional Republican majority, the dysfunction in Congress, surveillance by the NSA, Iran, ISIS, and Afghanistan. All as we prepare for the presidential election in 2016. Listen in to our special guests from both sides of the aisle as we debate experts on issues relating to health care, the budget, national defense, and the U.S. Constitution. We never pull any punches, and of course, we take your calls throughout the hour, so make it a point to join us each and every Wednesday, 5 to 6 here on WGSO. See you then.
Tim McNally here. The Dine, Wine, and Spirit Show is daily, 3 to 5, discussing wines and restaurants and spirits right here at WGSO.
Experience Augie's, formerly Augie's Glass Garden, now in Harahan. Augie's, truly a gorgeous place. Where can you go to experience super jumbo soft shell crabs for only $14.95 and the area's largest seafood platters? Private parties, receptions, reunions, and events of all types can be handled at Augie's. 6005 Jefferson Highway in Harahan. Call for reservations 733-3000. Check us out on the web, augiesnola.com.
Hey, New Orleans, this is Sue May with the Cannon Hospice Health Hour. Join us to get the latest and most up-to-date health information here on WGSO.
Saturdays at 12 noon.
This is David Jeremiah inviting you to join me here on Talk Radio 990 every weekday at either 5:30 or 6:30 a.m.
Catch the Three Tailgaters Show with Ken Trahan, Ed Daniels, and Rick Daly Saturday mornings from 10 to noon on WGSO 990 AM, New Orleans.
Clinton has won the Democratic nominating process.
Democrat Bernie Sanders finally gives his full support to his rival Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton is far and away the best candidate.
Sanders appears with Clinton at what's billed as a unity rally in New Hampshire. That as President Obama attends a memorial in Dallas for the assassinated police officers.
President Obama addressed America and appeared to give a rebuke to some members of the Black Lives Matter movement.
And as for those who use rhetoric suggesting harm to police, even if they don't act on it themselves, well, they not only make the jobs of police officers even more dangerous, they do a disservice to the very cause of justice that they claim to promote.
The president said the fallen officers displayed true American heroism in chasing down the gunman and stopping him from killing civilians. I'm Jason Work.
This is USA Radio News.
If you'd like to control your blood pressure without medication, I have some exciting news. My name is Floyd Brown, and I'm the CEO of USA Radio. It's called the Zona Plus, and it's a safe, easy way to lower your blood pressure naturally. I'm using it myself. 22 clinical studies confirm regular use of the Zona Plus can decrease your blood pressure by 10% or more. That's why it's been written about by Harvard, the Mayo Clinic, and the American Heart Association. As a listener to USA Radio, the company is offering you a special savings of $50 and free shipping. To find out more, go to ZonaPlusUSA.com. That's ZonaPlusUSA.com or call toll-free 1-866-669-9662. Be sure to mention USA Radio and save $50 on your Zona Plus and change your life. Remember, ZonaPlusUSA.com.
A brief scare on Capitol Hill. Here's Evan Heidenrich with details.
3 people are under arrest in an incident which led to a brief lockdown at the U.S. Capitol. D.C. Police Chief Kathy Lanier says there was a report of a man with a gun this afternoon, and that led to a police chase down South Capitol Street not far from the Capitol complex. At one point, Lanier says the suspect used a small machine gun to fire shots at police officers in pursuit, but no one was injured. The suspects were arrested after a foot chase.
Earlier at a hearing on Capitol Hill,
I, as Attorney General, am not able to provide any further comment on the facts or the substance of the investigation.
But congressional Republicans made it clear to Attorney General Loretta Lynch they're not happy about the Justice Department's decision to close the Hillary Clinton email case. Here's Virginia Republican Bob Goodlatte.
The timing of and circumstances surrounding this announcement are particularly troubling.
Lynch saying she had no reason to reject the recommendations from the FBI director. This is USA Radio News.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
You've messed up your daughter's haircut. Do you A, get spiritual?
Mom, where's the mirror?
Beauty is within. Oh.
B, find the positives?
Less time blow drying, more time texting?
Or C, show empathy?
Mom, you really don't have to.
Twinsies!
I kinda love it. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on adoption, visit adoptuskids.org. A message from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Donald Trump will reportedly unveil his vice presidential choice on Friday. NBC News is reporting the likely Republican nominee and his choice of a running mate will appear together at an event on that day. Those reported to be on Trump's short list: Indiana Governor Mike Pence, former House Speaker Newt Gingrich, and New Jersey Governor Chris Christie, adding fuel to flames of speculation. News that Gingrich has suspended ties with the Fox News channel. He's been an on-and-off contributor for that cable network ever since 1999. Another Tesla Model X crashes in autopilot mode, the third serious accident apparently tied to the self-driving feature. USA's Tammy Rose has more.
This time it happened in Montana. Police say the driver was headed from Seattle to Yellowstone National Park when he crashed on a two-lane highway near Cardwell. The crashes are calling the safety of such automatic driving features into question, just as they're being incorporated into more and more cars on the road. At least 2 federal safety agencies are looking into the most serious Tesla autopilot crash, a fatal accident in Florida that took place in May. For USA Radio News, I'm Tammy Rose.
And the Lake Tahoe side of the iconic TV series Bonanza is up for sale. Sotheby's is listing the 31-acre site on the Nevada side of the lake for $59 million. The main house, nearly 17,000 square feet. The NBC Western hit series was filmed on the property's meadow from 1959 to 1973. For USA Radio News, I'm Chris Barnes.
Hey, everybody, singer.
We're here to fix the machine.
Battlefield Live.
You're listening to the Battlefield Live with Chris and Trey from Lanterns Radio Network, the Battlefield Live radio program, and we're in the WGSO 990 AM studios in New Orleans. Want to thank you for joining us today, and we still have 1 hour to discuss a whole bunch of different topics, including, Trey, have you been kind of keeping an eye on all the speculation with Donald Trump and his VP pick?
Absolutely.
So let me ask you this. So if Mike Pence is picked...
No. Trump loses double digits.
So you think that would be a bad pick?
Mike Pence is picked. Yeah, because it's the safe one. It's probably the right one for Trump to balance him. So you think Trump's that would be a loose cannon, Hillary donor, right? I mean, like
yeah, but I mean, all right. So I would actually consider a Trump vote with a Pence. I would have trouble with a Christie or even a Newt Gingrich.
Yeah, I get that, and I'm with you on that. I'm hoping he selects the registered Democrat.
Who's that?
Flynn, General Flynn.
Oh, why would you hope that he does that?
Really? We're in radio. What would be better than for the Republican nominee to select a Democrat as his running mate?
All right, so. First of all, if he gets a general as a running mate, I doubt seriously that he's going to win the election. And then we will no longer be in radio because we'll have Hillary Clinton, Mao Zedong, reincarnate, transgendered as the president of the United States. Just saying.
If Hillary gets elected, we have job security.
Transgendered. As the president I don't know about that, dude. I don't think that free speech works very well under the Mao Zedong transgendered Hillary Clinton. You know what I'm saying?
I do. I don't know about that, dude. But
I don't think that free speech works very well under the Mao Zedong
this is the reason that I
Hillary Clinton. You know what I'm saying?
I unregistered as a Democrat and became a libertarian.
So I would hope that my co-host is joking about having the country go into the toilet for the sake of a radio career.
No, I'm not. I'm being. I need this career in radio to work. So if the world around us burns to the
You're not helping.
It's good for us.
You're not helping. It's not good for us.
I'm not interested. Look, we didn't start the fire.
All right. First of all, if we're able to do conservative radio.
Right?
With Mao Zedong and all, I mean Hillary Clinton in office, okay? The taxes that we're going to pay under a Hillary Clinton presidency, because she'll most likely pull Congress her way, will more or less be like we might as well just go work at Burger King. The taxes that we're going to pay
or we just do internet radio and don't make any money.
Yeah. So
I'm saying, look, we got nothing to worry about. Taxes go up. You big money grip over there with,
I'm big money grip for now.
Yeah, well, for now, that's what I'm saying. And look, Trump gets in. You don't think Trump's going to raise taxes?
Dude, if Hillary Clinton gets in office, I'm digging a bunker in the backyard. Just saying.
We'll pass the shovel.
There's a reason why I moved to northwest, I should say, of the New Orleans area, because in New Orleans we're below sea level, and I can actually dig 10 feet down without hitting water.
No, that's true. And by the way, you have a very very nice backyard.
Yes, there's a whole
bunch. What is that in Italy? What is that?
Florence?
Yes, it's like you stepped into a little taste of Italy.
Dude, you're playing with my emotions now.
I know. Now I'm making you think about soft shell crabs.
I was talking about soft shell crabs a little bit earlier. I'm looking right now at the mushroom bruschetta finished with caramelized onions, goat cheese, and aged balsamic vinegar. Yeah,
and you need to go look at our other sponsors' website. If that's the case, go to playmakersindoor.com and check out soccer, lacrosse, and flag football. I mean, I don't think there's anything tasty in that mix. Although they do have a
that sounds like a lot of work myself. You know what I'm saying?
Wait. So you don't think that if Trump picks a pro-choice,
that sounds like a lot of work myself.
You don't think if Trump picks a pro-choice Democratic general to be his running mate, and primarily because the guy's willing to say radical jihadi, you don't think that's brilliant on the part of Trump? I mean, after all, Trump's not a politician.
Dude.
Trump is a businessman.
Dude, this is what this conversation is like right now.
What?
This is like, hey, watch this. I'm gonna stick this firework up this cat's ass. Dude. That's what this is like. Dude, this is what this conversation is like right now.
Yes, this is like, hey, we want to see what happens. I mean, no malice to the cat.
Yeah,
I just want to see what happens.
Yeah, let's stick a firework up the United States rear end and see what happens. That's what we're talking about now. We'll be able to have a lot to talk about.
Yeah. Listen.
Yeah,
my name is not Jeff Crouere. Okay, I am not trying to spin Donald Trump to make him palatable for everybody that holds a conservative ideology. Okay, Breitbart. That's who Andrew Breitbart said it best.
Right.
Of course, Trump's not a conservative. He was for Nancy Pelosi before he was against Nancy Pelosi.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay? Bill, listen. Monica Lewinsky's ex-boyfriend's wife.
Wait, say that again?
Monica Lewinsky's ex-boyfriend's wife.
BJ?
Is running for president on the Democrat side.
You're talking about BJ Clinton. You're talking about BJ Clinton's wife.
Monica Lewinsky's ex-boyfriend.
Okay, all right. I'm trying to keep together here.
And then Monica Lewinsky's ex-boyfriend's best donor is the presumptive nominee on the Republican side.
What kind of donor?
Keep together here. Best.
Okay. This one's the one on what they donate.
Top. One of the most reliable.
What kind of donor?
Right? I mean, dude.
Okay. This one's the one on what they donate.
He said he don't need my vote. He said he didn't want my vote. He didn't need it to get the nominee. And he hadn't done anything.
So you don't think there's good radio with the Trump presidency?
No, because listen, we need to do. I want to do a show that actually gets into like we did in the last hour. I don't want to do Late Night with Jimmy Fallon or the Jimmy Kimmel show where all we do is pick on his Davy Crockett hat that he calls hair and wait for the coontail to fall out underneath the brim. I mean, how many Oompa Loompa, spray tan, raccoon face jokes can we make?
Dude, he needs a chin strap for that thing.
Exactly. I just hope he killed it before he put it on his head, right? I mean, we can't do that for 8 years.
Dude, he needs a chin
I will
strap
shoot myself on live radio if that's the case.
Hey, that may make good radio.
It might actually get us some sponsorship.
Oh, man. So, fried rice balls, dude. Huh?
Wait, what'd you say?
I said fried rice balls.
I don't even know what that means, but it sounds tasty. Although I'm not having, I have like 5 more days of no carbs, no sugar.
Really? How's the diet going, dude?
I'm doing great. I'm holding at 42 down.
42 pounds.
And I dropped it in 30 days, and it's been 21, almost 21 days that I've
So you're now like at the stable stage where you're just kind of hanging tight.
Hanging tight. Got 3 more weeks after that, and then I drop another 40 with the quickness.
So are you able to go to Augie's family style Italian
we went to
restaurant?
Augie's a couple weeks ago, by the way.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to go every Friday.
All right, so we got one more segment, and then we're going to be joined by Collis Temple III. CT3 is going to join us. We're going to have a real discussion about everything going on right now in the country, and specifically what's going on in Baton Rouge. And who knows what Chris will pull out of his magic bag of tricks in the next segment. We'll find that out after this break. Chris and Trey on the Battlefield Live here on WGSO 990 AM in NOLA.
Are you looking for a reasonable and affordable way to enhance your image or your company's image on the internet? Are you looking for ways to leverage internet technology to streamline your business? An upgraded website or web application is the way to go. Vast Virtual Solutions is a technology company that specializes in developing websites that operate on the cutting edge with the ability to save you and your business time and money. Visit vastvirtual.com for a business quote today. vastvirtual.com.
Did you ever think that the presumptive Republican nominee for president of the United States would have similar policy and, suggestions as the Democratic Socialist candidate?
I never thought that a Republican candidate for president would hold both liberal and conservative policies at the same time.
Right.
I mean,
like
this is totally
gyroscope.
fascinating. Visit the website battlefield.buzz for the latest from Chris and Trey from the Battlefield Live radio show.
Join me, Peter Dale, and the Blue Line Foundation as we bring you the Louisiana Prep Report every Monday night at 8 p.m. on WGSO 990 AM. We want to recognize our youth for their dedication to studies and athletics and the sacrifices they make of skipping the Xbox and not hanging on the street to better their pursuit of excellence. So join us Monday nights at 8 p.m. on 990 AM WGSO and stay up on the latest activity in high school sports, both male and female.
Maybe your portfolio should resemble your dinner. Slowly cultivated, locally produced, and most importantly, sustainable. Learn from our insights on investing in the market for longevity as we explore the investment landscape together.
Our goal is to make you smarter with your money. Join us,
Jean-Paul Lagarde,
and David Solomon for the Slow Money Show, Mondays from 5 to 6 p.m. on WGSO AM 990.
Hi, New Orleans. It's Laura from Sobu, and I'm here with Chef Juan Carlos.
Sobu's got Happier Hour. It's 3 to 6 from 3 to 6.
It's bar sips and snacks, all for $3 to $6 from 3 to 6 p.m. every day.
Laura's got something to please everyone at the bar for Happier Hour, all for 3 to 6 here at Sobu.
And we know you'll want to try a smoky pulled pork taco or any of the other delicious snacks on our Happier Hour menu.
Sobu's Happier Hour every day from 3 to 6, 310 Charter Street in the Quarter.
Complimentary parking next door at the W Hotel.
Are you looking for an insurance quote for your home, boat, or car? If you're still waiting for that return phone call, wait no more. Foundation Insurance Group has 6 licensed agents to serve you, and you won't be limited to just one carrier. Our agents will shop for the most affordable, complete coverage available. There's lots of insurance companies out there. Pick the company where customer service is a priority. Foundation Insurance Group, where we guarantee to call you back. Foundation Insurance Group, 504-304-6143.
Thank you for sticking with us on the battlefield, folks. And what can I say? I've never been on the radio and heard Iron Maiden, Rodney James Dio, Judas Priest, and Metallica as intro songs. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is good stuff.
It's the Battlefield Live, man. You got to give it to producer Anthony.
So with that being said, I'd like to read the title of this article out of The Mirror, which is UK tabloid. 22 schoolgirls suffered mass demonic possession and foamed at the mouth after playing Game of Charlie Charlie. Did you hear about this?
22 schoolgirls suffered mass I didn't hear about it. I know what Charlie Charlie is all about.
Well, explain what that is, dude.
Basically, Charlie Charlie, I think, is like this modern version of It seems that every couple of years there's some kind of supernatural demonic game, whether it's Ouija boards or Bloody Bones or lighter than what is it? Light as a feather, stiff as a board, or whatever. Yeah, you got all these different demonic games. Charlie supposedly, according to most demonic followers, I run in those kind of circles. Typically we're like
you are now. We've listened to Rodney James Dio on an intro. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Well, typically we get called on the scene to cast the demon out.
Right.
Go play with him,
You are like Navy SEALs.
Kind of Mexican. It's kind of par for the course, really. It's a good segue into immigration talk if you want to, because this is a Mexican demon that apparently, because of our open border policy, has infiltrated the United States and is, haunting children all over the United States. Now, you're saying this comes from the UK Mirror. Is this a foreign story, or is this a reporting of something that's going on in America?
Well, it says, let's see, the children were screaming and writhing in a traumatic incident in Colombia, and one claimed she saw Man in Black in vision. This is a chilling moment. 22. This is actually video of this, dude. This is a chilling moment. 22 schoolgirls aged between 17 and 15 suffered mass demonic possession after playing a game of Charlie Charlie. The children were screaming, writhing, and hallucinating, and some were even foaming at the mouth. About them out.
I'm looking at it. I've been keeping bookmarks on all this stuff. And there has been like a crazy increase on, I don't know if it's just the reporting on demonic activity around the world, but the Catholic Church is ramping up all of their exorcism. And I'm like, how are they going to cast out demons? I mean, they're not even a real church. You know what I'm saying? We'll save that for another day. But I mean, my whole point is,
I'm starting to wonder if this website is related to the Daily Caller at all.
Look, I got this one. Congo's child witches are exercised to have the devil beaten out of them.
Jeez.
I mean, look, it's like Central and South America right now, dude, is like demonic Disneyland. I mean, people are going down there and eating mushrooms and smoking all kind of crazy leaves, and then they lay around and have all kind of possession. Dude, it is going down south of the border. Let me tell you, on the demonic tip.
Well, I mean, if you go down to my favorite place in Venezuela, I mean, look at the crazy stuff that's going on there.
Are we going to talk about Inside, the human blood drinking real vampire community of New Orleans?
Wait, they really have that?
Oh yeah. It's based on the WashingtonPost.com. I have the article right here. Inside the blood drinking real vampire community of New Orleans.
What the hell's wrong with people, dude?
I'm telling you, dude. Listen.
At what point do you say, you know what? Hey, Trey, would you like to come to me to this party? We're going to drink some blood and dress up like Dracula.
Well, you might be into that kind of thing.
Say, you know what? Hey, Trey, I mean, I'm not, but I mean, at what point does that become like a normal conversation? I guess that's the normal conversation. Hey, come into this female's bathroom with me.
I mean, I'm not, but I mean. Yes, and by the way, maybe it's just the UK Mirror, because here I am at the DailyMail.com. Here's I'll see your child demonic mass possession, and I'll raise you with a blood and black magic. Incredible pictures show the mysterious and intoxicating rites of voodoo, where followers become possessed by spirits. 504-556-9696. Tell us about the time you got possessed when you went to the Jazz Fest.
How about this Daily Caller article? 17 movies where they really did it.
See, now, I told you to stay off of the Daily Caller. That's the weakness of yours. But it's just get off, go to Drudge Report.
I'm getting off on the Daily Caller, dude. That's all I'm saying.
25 hot mothers where the cameraman just kept taking pictures.
You'll never believe what Tori Spelling was wearing when she was pregnant. You know, stuff like that.
Who cares?
You'll never believe. I don't know. It's crazy, dude.
Did you hear the president that? Wait a minute. Oh no. Okay, I thought we were about to break some news. Pence was out with Trump tonight.
So I saw that. That was what I was looking at earlier.
So maybe Trump is like is he test driving Pence to see if he likes the way it feels, how he handles.
I think I think they're doing typically what all the presidential candidates do when they're trying to pick a VP.
He's been out with Newt. He went out with Newt the other night.
I mean, he's in Indiana, right, Pence?
Yeah, Pence is the governor of Indiana.
All right, so he's looking at Indiana, but he's also looking at conservative vote. But then you got to look at.
I don't think he is.
I think Gingrich is a better fit for Trump because I think he can tune Trump into, educating him a little bit. I mean, you look at the massive head that Newt Gingrich has.
Listen, I think Newt. We know he's progressive, right?
Yeah.
His favorite, historical figure is Teddy Roosevelt. Bull moves, flat out progressive Republican. Okay, that's great. Same thing with John McCain. But at least the dude, is somewhat of a historian buff, and he's. The thing that gets me with Newt is Newt at least has the street cred, so to speak.
Right.
He took on Clinton, balanced the budget, forced a Democrat president at a State of the Union to declare that the era of big government is over.
Right.
Now, I wish Newt would have kept his zipper zipped so he'd have been able to stay as the Speaker of the House for a little bit longer, but, can't have it all, I guess.
Well, you know that Fox suspended the relationship with Newt Gingrich.
Well, I mean, at this point, you've got to, right?
I wonder if that was like an amicable breakup.
Well, you know that Fox. I don't know. Ashley Madison is relaunching their ads for threesomes, in case you're interested.
I mean, I was thinking about the whole Ailes thing. Roger Ailes has been kind of like digging in on all these ladies on Fox.
Hey, easy on the whole digging into the ladies. He's facing a lot of sexual harassment charges.
Well, that's what I was wondering. I'm wondering if that's the real reason why Newt left.
Well, Neil Cavuto has claimed that it's true, and he was also sexually harassed by Roger Ailes.
You think that Cavuto was getting a little gropage?
Cavuto might have been getting a little reach around.
He was getting a little Cavuto.
Yeah, I mean, Cavuto's got MS, right?
Does he?
Yeah, he's got multiple sclerosis. He's oftentimes. I don't believe it with Fox. You got Charles Krauthammer, who's like basically just a head, right?
Does he?
They wheel him in and put him on camera. Cavuto, he's got like all kind of like shakes and pain, but he handles it pretty well. But you got some folks on Fox, and then you got Roger. I mean, are they trying to just get him out? Is that what they're doing? You think?
Well, I think it's the left. I think the left is basically they've capitalized on the fact that Trump has become the Fox News network, or vice versa.
I think the left I think Hannity sold his soul to Trump, right?
I think they're having an affair.
Have you started playing Pokemon?
With who?
Just random people. I mean,
what the hell is the Pokemon thing?
I don't know, dude. I'm seeing people driving around with their phones all up in the air, and I'm
dude, this is some
playing freaking Pokemon. Dude.
Hey, you know what? When we like you watch The Walking Dead.
No, I don't have cable.
Okay, so The Walking Dead, dude. That to me is like The Walking Dead. When people are walking around with their cell phones trying to catch some mythical creature with some video game.
Right to me,
dude. There was a lady. Trying
to go after Sasquatch.
Dude, there was easy there, easy.
My bad.
So, dude, there was a. I mean, I try to go after Sasquatch as much as I can. Just saying. You got to take the razor out every now and then. So look. And they had this lady, dude, she was playing the game, and she was trying to find the freaking Pokemon character, and she, for whatever reason, this evil program sent this woman under a bridge, and she, instead of finding Pokemon, she found a dead body.
Well, that's I guess a side benefit of the app. Download the app and get your favorite pocket monster, or solve a murder mystery. That's pretty compelling. All right. We're gonna take our next break. When we come back, 3/4 of the show is gone.
Hey,
just joining us. Shame on you, but we still have 30 minutes left, and I think we're gonna be reached out in about 3 minutes by CT3, Collis Temple III, Senior National Sales Director with Primerica Financial Services here in Baton Rouge. He's going to be calling us. We're going to have a real conversation. Chris and Trey, the Battlefield Live, WGSO 990 AM.
Just like the Pied Piper.
Megadeth.
Sure. Why not?
My favorite band.
Megadeth. Yeah, well, Trey just said Tool and Megadeth, so...
Well, yeah, you see my shirt.
I wouldn't buy that.
My favorite band. Are you looking for a reasonable and
Dude, I swear all I did for like a whole year when I was like a teenager was listen to Tool.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. I like there's like this website with all these facts on them, and I would just read it and listen to the music.
Yeah, me too.
Yep.
websites that operate on the cutting edge with the ability to save you and your business time and money. Visit vastvirtual.com for a business quote today. Vastvirtual.com.
Did you ever think that the presumptive Republican nominee for president of the United States would have similar policy and, suggestions as the Democratic Socialist candidate?
I never thought that a Republican candidate for president would hold both liberal and conservative policies at the same time.
Right.
I mean,
Like
this
a
is totally
gyroscope.
fascinating. Visit the website battlefield.buzz for the latest from Chris and Trey from the Battlefield Live radio show.
What are you doing to stop traffic when your business is ready to wow the pants off customers? Visit Sir Speedy. We produce quality signs, posters, banners, and more that are just the trick for trade shows, promotions, events, and product launches. Whether you're taking it to the street, the floor, or the counter, bigger is always better. For more information or to get a quote, go to SirSpeedyNewOrleans.com.
It's Jeff Crouere, host of Ringside Politics. I'd like to introduce WGSO General Manager Richard Tate.
WGSO is locally owned and operated right here in New Orleans. We believe in cultivating local talent and emphasize local programs. If you have an interest in hosting your own program, we have some prime spots available.
Thanks, Richard. Folks, take advantage of this great offer. Email me at jeff@wgso.com or call me at 504-669-6076. Come fulfill your radio dreams at WGSO.
USA Radio News with Chris Barnes.
Secretary Clinton has won the Democratic nominating process.
Democrat Bernie Sanders finally gives his full support to his rival Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton is far and away the best candidate.
Sanders appears with Clinton at what's billed as a unity rally in New Hampshire. That as President Obama attends a memorial in Dallas for the assassinated police officers.
President Obama addressed America and appeared to give a rebuke to some members of the Black Lives Matter movement.
And as for those who use rhetoric suggesting harm to police, even if they don't act on it themselves, well, they not only make the jobs of police officers even more dangerous, but they do a disservice to the very cause of justice that they claim to promote.
The president said the fallen officers displayed true American heroism in chasing down the gunman and stopping him from killing civilians. I'm Jason Wirt.
This is USA Radio News.
Hi, it's Angie. I have a great way for you to look great this summer. You know, I just got back from my hairstylist last week, and she said my hair has never been fuller and longer. She said, I can't believe how long your hair has gotten. Are you still using that hair stuff? I said, yes, that hair stuff is Ovation, and they're the Ovation hair care products. Now, my hairstylist sells other products, but I don't buy hers. I get Ovation because it is the first thing that has really made my hair full. But they have, you know, products for all different types of hair, and they have different styling products to make, you know, your hair look fuller or to protect it from heat or to detangle it. There are lots of things that you can get. And this week, free shipping on your entire order, no minimums, no restrictions. So free shipping on everything for a limited time. So hurry. Free shipping starts now, and go to ovationhair.com, ovationhair.com. And don't forget to click on Angie Austin Daybreak USA. I love these products. I wouldn't endorse them if I didn't. They are fantastic. Ovationhair.com.
This is Jeff Crouere with my commentary of the day. Once again, our police officers are under assault all over the country. Reports coming in from Memphis and Atlanta and San Antonio and St. Louis, where police officers have been targeted. We can thank the media, politicians such as Barack Obama, who uses every opportunity to criticize police and divide the races, and racist groups such as Black Lives Matter and the new Black Panther Party. These organizations spew hatred, inspire violence, which leads to tragedies such as Dallas. This group obviously does not care about black lives, or they would be speaking out about the horrendous black-on-black murder rate going on all over the country. These are groups pursuing political agendas and doing serious harm to our nation. Instead, we should be focusing on groups that bring Americans together and appreciate the greatness of this country. More info on this and the other hot topics of the day, check out ringsidepolitics.com.
Jobs may change, but your retirement dreams don't have to. Roll over your retirement accounts from former employers into an Ameriprise IRA to help make your retirement dreams a reality. Call Ralph Leopold today at 504-322-2975. That's 504-322-2975. Office is located at Suite 1620 in the Galleria, Metairie, Louisiana. Ameriprise Financial Services, Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC. Ameriprise cannot guarantee future financial results.
Hey folks, this is Jeff Cruair. Join me at 7 a.m. till 11 right here on WGSO 990 a.m. for Ringside Politics with a Punch. We're going to be bringing you great guests. We'll discuss the latest hot topics and, of course, taking your phone calls. On Wednesday, St. Tammany Parish District Attorney Warren Montgomery joins us. Ringside All-Star Mitch Gibbs checks in, and the conservative crawgator Doug Schechtschneider will handicap the presidential race. All of that and more right here on Ringside from 7 to 11 on WGSO.
Welcome back to the Battlefield Live here on WGSO. 9:90 a.m. in New Orleans. I see you shaking your head, so I guess you like Vicarious?
That is a great. Living vicariously through my television.
I'm looking at the video, and I'm freaked out by these like little snaky things.
You got to read the lyrics, dude. It's pretty crazy.
I kind of don't want to look at my screen. Anyway, hey, Chris, if you know New Orleans around this time, really southeast Louisiana,
right
around this time is pretty hot.
Right.
It's hot. It's sweltering. It's humid. And if you've got a bunch of kids, and I mean like 18-month-olds, all the way up to like 7-year-olds, you have got to go check out PlaymakersIndoor.com.
Can I go?
PlaymakersIndoor.com.
Can I go?
It is. You can go. Yeah. There's adult leagues. If you like playing soccer, lacrosse, flag football, they have a TOTS program that is like so popular. They break them down in age. They start as young as 18 months old, dude, working with little ones in their motivation and working with their coordination. They teach them how to take instructions, how to work as a team. There's a lot of things that can help a parent, and they've got camps. So every time there's a holiday, they have camps going on in all of those sports. So go check out PlaymakersIndoor.com. Those guys over there are doing some amazing things. They run clinics all year long. They run camps, and they got before care and after care for like $5 a day. So it's a really great program. They're over there in Harahan. So give yourself and they have two, one on the North Shore, one on the South Shore. Go to the one on the South Shore. That's the one paying our bills. All right, so go to the one on the South Shore, PlaymakersIndoor.com, and then click on South. You can also like them on Facebook at Playmakers Indoor South. All right, Chris, we have my buddy on the phone line, Collis Temple III, CT3. He is he's a lot of things. Collis, we're going to bring you on right now. I'm not going to welcome you to the show because I need to gloat on you for a second. Chris, Collis is really – I met Collis. Collis had basically probably within 12 months of me meeting Collis, he had, as the story goes, and I'll probably get some of the details wrong, but Collis, just don't correct me. It's my show. He had just tried out for the Detroit Pistons, and he had gotten injured, and he turned down a contract.
Wow.
And he ended up going to work for Primerica Financial Services, one of the greatest companies on the planet, and worked with the great Bill Whittle, who's still out there just banging it like a boss.
Right.
And when I met Collis, I mean, Collis is one of these guys that you knew, biblically speaking, the Bible talks about like a person's reputation is greater than even like jewels and jewelry and gold and silver and all this other stuff. And Collis came from his family. Now remember, he's CT3. Okay, so that means there's two others. His father, CT2, or Collis Temple II, was the first African-American athlete at LSU. Okay, that's neat. His father, I think at one point, I don't know if this is still the same, it might not. Collis CT3 might actually be pushing this one. But his dad was like the largest employer of African-Americans in the state of Louisiana outside of like the Louisiana government, okay? And then his father, his grandfather, Collis Temple is, I think, where Collis, and you can correct me now, you can jump in, Collis, and correct me if I'm wrong, but is where Collis got the name for his book. Collis has a new book out. He published it in January. It's called Work Like a Slave, Think Like a Master. Are you working like a slave toward mastery and thinking like a master toward your mission? Collis, welcome to the program.
Trey, thank you for having me, man. It's been amazing. We've known each other now for over 12 years, and I appreciate the opportunity.
I've literally taught him most of what he knows in the business. And that's what he said. I'm just repeating what he has said publicly. So I'm not saying anything. And
is that true, Collis?
He says it.
Is that true?
I really do. I hate that he says it because he's a cash millionaire and I'm doing radio at 11 o'clock at night.
Is that true, Collis?
Hey,
is that true?
The truth, though, guys. He's telling the truth. I remember, sitting at the feet of Trey Roberts, just learning an amazing amount about the business that I'm in, and we've helped over 15,000 clients and counting, and having a lot of success. But truthfully speaking, I did learn a great deal about the business that I'm in from Trey early on.
Wow.
All right, enough of that. All right. It's making me really hate CT3. All right, so Collis, look, we talked earlier, and you're in a very unique position. You understand. Your book goes into it's a leadership book, and you understand, and I think you've understood just because of your upbringing that leadership is everything, and there's a responsibility that comes with leadership. Not to get all Spider-Man, but with great power comes incredible responsibility, right? So we want to have a conversation. Chris and I want to have a conversation with you because this is what the country says is needed right now. We see. We could go through the list of names. We could start with Tamir Rice. We could go Freddie Gray. We could go through this list, and we could probably just continue the list and bring up Medgar Evers and Emmett Till, and there are tons of stories throughout history, some better than others. But we're seeing something. I don't know that we've ever seen this before. I don't think this is like what we saw in the 1960s with Dr. King and Malcolm X and the Civil Rights Movement. But we're seeing something radically different. What are you seeing right now across the country from groups like Black Lives Matter, the Panthers, the tension between police officers within the black community?
Well, it's interesting that you asked that. I actually, on my way home, stopped and, every once in a while I want to get a perspective of my dad of things like this, and, still really have a mentality about listening and learning always. And so I stopped and just asked him, I said, man, what would you think? And really what prompted it was when the Dallas chief of police, I think it was yesterday, made the comment, guys, we're hiring. Why don't some of you guys get off of the picket line and, come on, get a job?
Right, we're hiring.
So, right. And so I was listening, to that. And I actually asked my dad what he thought about what Martin Luther King would have done in the situation, right? And what he said was, obviously, as always, he would definitely be in favor of nonviolent, a nonviolent protest. But he would have. He definitely would have been speaking out. And he said, Collis, it was a really different situation, man. He just let me know, Trey. He said, listen, you think about, Bloody Sunday. These were women and children who were totally nonviolent, who, the police really at the time totally had the run of anything. You with me? It was
right.
It was a totally different situation.
Selma, Alabama.
Yeah. It was just it was all over the place. But of course, that was the epicenter of it all.
Sure.
And he just said, Collis, Martin Luther King was dealing with something that was this is lightweight compared to the type of stuff that he was dealing with, And so, not that this is a lightweight issue.
No, not at all.
Don't be wrong by any stretch of the imagination, but it was way at another level. You with me in terms of what was happening and what was dealing with. But he just said that he would have definitely been outspoken about it, but he would have definitely, of course, also been in favor of nonviolent protests that hopefully was leading towards a definite result.
We're joined right now with here on the Battlefield Live with Collis Temple III. He's a senior national sales director.
National sales director.
National sales director.
Yeah, by the end of the year. By the end of the term, we'll be a senior national. Yeah.
National sales director with Primerica Financial Services, based out of Baton Rouge. He's joining us from Atlanta today. Collis, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we want to ask you a couple of questions about Alton Spencer, Philando Castile, and want to kind of find out what can Americans, what do you feel is the course of action that we need to take to move forward? So think about that during the break. And, of course, we want to hear from you. If you're still out there, if you're still awake, you're driving, just pull over and call us, 504-556-9696. Chris and Trey on the Battlefield Live here on WGSO 990 AM.
Are you looking for a reasonable and affordable way to enhance your image or your company's image on the internet? Are you looking for ways to leverage internet technology to streamline your business? An upgraded website or web application is the way to go. Vast Virtual Solutions is a technology company that specializes in developing websites that operate on the cutting edge with the ability to save you and your business time and money. Visit vastvirtual.com for a business quote today. vastvirtual.com.
Did you ever think that the presumptive Republican nominee for president of the United States would have similar policy and, suggestions as the Democratic Socialist candidate?
I never thought that a Republican candidate for president would hold both liberal and conservative policies at the same time.
Right.
I mean, this is totally fascinating. Visit the website battlefield.buzz for the latest from Chris and Trey from the Battlefield Live radio show.
Playmakers Indoor Sports offers youth and adult leagues for soccer and flag football, NFL youth flag football, and youth developmental programs. Playmakers TOTS program is a youth development program for children ages 18 months to 7 years. Playmakers TOTS uses sports like soccer, football, baseball, and basketball to help kids work on motor development, learn to work together, follow directions, and improve listening skills while learning that activity is fun. To register for classes, go to our registration page at playmakersindoor.com or call 504-305-6078. Playmakersindoor.com. 6124 Jefferson Highway in Harahan. Experience Augie's, formerly Augie's Glass Garden, now in Harahan. Augie's, truly a gorgeous place. Where can you go to experience super jumbo soft shell crabs for only $14.95 and the area's largest seafood platters? Private parties, receptions, reunions, and events of all types can be handled at Augie's. 6005 Jefferson Highway in Harahan. Call for reservations 733-3000. Check us out on the web, augiesnola.com.
Hi, this is Jim Spyro. Join me every Wednesday from 5 to 6 p.m. here on WGSO as we cover all the hot issues of the day. Obama, Harry Reid, the congressional Republican majority, the dysfunction in Congress, surveillance by the NSA, Iran, ISIS, and Afghanistan. All as we prepare for the presidential election in 2016. Listen in to our special guests from both sides of the aisle as we debate experts on issues relating to healthcare, the budget, national defense, and the U.S. Constitution. We never pull any punches, and of course, we take your calls throughout the hour, so make it a point to join us each and every Wednesday, 5 to 6 here on WGSO. See you then.
What are you doing to stop traffic? When your business is ready to wow the pants off customers, visit Sir Speedy. We produce quality signs, posters, banners, and more that are just the trick for trade shows, promotions, events, and product launches. Whether you're taking it to the street, the floor, or the counter, bigger is always better. For more information or to get a quote, go to SirSpeedyNewOrleans.com.
Little Deftones on the Battlefield Live. Thank you for joining us on the Battlefield, folks. And we got a little bit of time left to talk with our good friend Collis. So, Collis, what's going on in we're seeing what's going on in Texas and Dallas, as well as what's going on all over the nation with Black Lives Matter. what is the, you know, they're complaining, but they don't seem to be offering any solutions. And I guess the biggest thing that we need to do as Americans this is what Americans do. We try to find solutions to complicated issues. Is there anything that you can see, maybe a 1, 2, 3 type of list, or one big one as far as what we can do as Americans to try to stem the tide of this radical leftist movement and really put things on the map as far as reformative change for our race relations in the country?
Well, it's probably all of it. All what you're asking is probably above my pay grade. But the reality in my mind is that, and I was talking to Trey earlier, I think it revolves a great deal around. I had a very interesting conversation yesterday with an influential business leader in Baton Rouge, white guy, about 55 years old, and you know, he said something to me that honestly I had never heard someone I had never heard a Caucasian over 45 male say, and he said, "Carlos, you know what? I realize that I'm a racist."
Wow.
This is a good guy, nice guy. He said, I have really the last couple of days been forced to think about, to listen. He said, this has never been one of my strong points. And I've been forced to listen to what some of these, because he said he went to some of the nonviolent, the protests and some of the things. He said he just went. They had one here in Baton Rouge where it was kids that were 20 years old and younger, and they had 15-year-old kids and 16-year-old kids that spoke. Okay,
right.
Now I've told Trey earlier, I don't really know the mission, quote, of the Black Lives Matter movement. I don't know the actual mission statement of the group, so I can't speak to. I would be totally speculating to speak specifically to that organization and what they're doing or what they're not doing, and so on and so forth.
Right, or their goals.
Enough to do that, and so I'm not going to do that. But when this gentleman told me that, it was really surprised me because the mass majority of folks, if you see this guy and you know how he operates, you wouldn't probably say that. But I was proud. And I don't even know why if I say proud, but when he said that, it was like, wow, okay. I think that it's going to take people being objectively honest with how they are on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense? African Americans, Caucasian Americans, and obviously not just blacks and whites, but Hispanics and Asians, just everybody being objectively honest and saying, listen, do we really want things to be better, or are we benefiting from them not being better? If anybody has an ulterior motive and they're, for whatever reason, benefiting from things not being better, okay, then obviously they're not going to be in favor of things being better, all right, which that would seem sick. But there probably are some people out there that are benefiting from it not being better, unfortunately.
Sure.
But the ones that legitimately want it to be better, it's going to take people having honest and open dialogue and then being willing to listen to the other side and get a perspective that maybe they have not tried to get before. Because this gentleman came to the realization in his mind that, hey, you know what? There are some things that I need to work on me, right? But he came to that realization after listening to what other people were saying and saying, wow, that's something that I think about. That's a thought that I harbor. And that's not helpful to the overall situation. He said, so he came, and so it was, I don't know if I truly answered your question just now, but it was just something that was eye-opening to me, because I think that that's the beginning, awareness that, you know what, I individually am not doing what I need to do. I mean, that's on both sides, though. Because once again, I mean, and this I probably will get land blasted, but
Well, let me first say that I agree with you that we have to discuss it. The problems that I see with this entire movement, first and foremost, is the principles that are listed on the Black Lives Matter's website do not align with Western civilization and American principles generally. Okay, and I won't go through all of that. You can actually, if anyone's out there is interested, and you can go to Black Lives Matter /guiding-principles, and you'll find the principles. What I find is a group that is really has a bunch of I would say left-wing, arguably socialist, even scary Marxist type worldview principles. And all they've done is injected race into it. So they're looking through a racial prism, if you will, to see Marxist principles to solutions in the country. So the honest discussion that needs to be had, because I do agree with you, is that, number one, what are the problems? Number two, how serious are the problems? And number three, is there a way to fix the problem systemically? In other words, can we do things through the ballot box or through the justice system to fix this? Or is the problem that we have really a spiritual or a cultural one? Because I think the problem is a cultural one. I don't think that you can create a law to prevent.
I agree.
You know what I'm saying? So I struggle with this movement because from the start, it doesn't start with trying to attain Western principles or American principles. It's trying to attach foreign Eastern principles to the United States, and they're looking at through a racial prism. At the same time, saying they got to get rid of racism. That's the problem that I have with this.
Yeah, and look, and I think, Carlos, too, you hit it on the head, when you said, I think everybody on whatever side you think you line up on these issues, everybody needs a dose of hardcore, objective reality and assessment of themselves. Look, last couple of minutes here, Carlos, that we have, tell us a little bit about your book. If you could, real quickly, tell the story about how the title came about.
Well, my grandfather, wanted to attend LSU because of the racial climate at the time, and he wanted to attend LSU to get his master's degree. He already had his undergrad degree from Southern University, and he was not allowed to come to LSU. The state appropriated funds to send him to Michigan State, so they allowed him. I mean, they paid him to go to Michigan State versus allowing him to pay his own way to LSU, which was the racial situation at the time. And interestingly enough, the governor of Louisiana, John McKesson at the time, in the early 70s, late 60s, pursued my father, along with the basketball coach at LSU at the time, Pete Maravich, his father, Press Maravich, to come and break the color barrier at LSU. So, you have an interesting dynamic where my grandfather was not allowed to go, so much so that the state paid for him to go somewhere else. And then, of course, the same university is pursuing my father to come to LSU. And my grandfather said a lot of profound things. One of which was, Trey knows this well, being around me, but you can't get ahead staying in the bed. You got to go to work. You don't deserve to win if you don't work. And then, of course, work like a slave, think like a master, which I always knew if I ever took the opportunity to write on paper or write a book, I wanted that to be the premise and have a major thing to do in it. And of course, being the title of my book, which I've been getting a lot of great feedback from people all around the country and even outside of the country. So,
Carlos,
I'm excited about it.
We are completely out of time, but I love you, brother. Thank you for joining us. We'll have you back on in the future. Again, safe travels when you come
Appreciate
home.
it. Thanks.
All right, Chris, well, that's it, man. We'll be back here tomorrow, same time, 9 to 11 p.m. And check us out on lanterns.buzz and everything we're doing. If you like what you hear here, we've got a whole bunch more of this stuff on the Lanterns Radio Network. Go to lanterns.buzz and check out what's going on over there. We also have blog posts, a lot of stuff. Lanterns.buzz is the place to be. So for Chris Pilier over there, Trey Roberts over here, thanks to all of our guests and WGSO. Good night, New Orleans. We'll see you tomorrow night, 9 p.m. WGSO 990 AM.